Hi, this is Per from the AXOLOTL team, conformed by Juan Macedo, Ammeli Cienfuegos, Armando Herbert, and me, Fernanda Irina. And today we are going to present a quite interesting topic about the axolotl and its incredible superpowers.
Let me give you a little context before we start, okay? Now, the axolotl is an eurythral amphibian endemic to Xochimilco Lake in Mexico. And it belongs to the salamander family, Ambystoma, and this organism has the ability to repair and replace most of their tissue following damage, such as an organ failure or an amputation of a limb. And it seems like this ability is not affected by their age, which is pretty awesome. Well, all this make this species an excellent model for the study of tissue regeneration. Before we move on, let me introduce you to some background information, okay? Regeneration. Regeneration is a physiological process that occurs to restore damaged cells, tissues, organs, or even an entire body parts of an organism, okay? Regenerative medicine, well, it is new in the medical field and is an area that opens doors because of its promises to find out the secrets of how a body can regenerate himself, Well, as it is known, all living beings can regenerate themselves. And an example of this is when we cut ourselves, because our body starts cell division to repair what has been damaged, okay? But the axolotl is in another new level, because as you know, the axolotl has raised a lot of interest due to its capacity to be in a state of mutiny. Mutiny, it means it conserves larval characters in the adult state, okay? And it is also pretty known because of its great regenerative capacity, okay? Because they can regenerate limbs, organs, and bones. That's pretty awesome. And the way they do it, it's even more surprising, because they're capable of transforming nervy cells into stem cells. And if you don't know, stem cells are the ones that can become any other cells, okay?
Okay, our objective is being able to identify the traits that make the axolotl a suitable model for the research related to regenerative medicine, as well as to know in which fields its benefits can be applied and the advances and complications that have been presented during the research done over time. Our hypothesis says that the investigations made about the axolotl traits and its great benefits in the field of regenerative medicine had led to new investigations and research questions that provide us new and more information about the presence of the axolotl in other fields of biomedicine.
Methodology. The topics available for this project were marine life and also health and wellness. So we decided to investigate something related to them. We ended up searching about a really common known species in Mexico, the axolotl. It turns out its adorableness was not its best skill, but also its ability to regenerate. In order to find out all the information we needed, we decided to use Google Academic. We based our criteria in investigations where the axolotl was the main subject of research, and also in investigations where they focused on the regenerative properties of it. We also didn't want to investigate a specific part of the research done because we realized that it would be too complicated and be beyond our comprehension. So we decided to keep it simple and just see a general thing about what has been done and study it in a superficial level. When collecting the data, we found out several similarities between some investigations, so we decided to take the ones that follow a similar premise. The main things we found in the investigations were that, first, the reason why the axolotl is studied is because it can stay in a neoteny state. What does it mean? Well, it means that even as an adult, they hold young characteristics. The second reason is for its regeneration, which is present in almost every aspect of their lives. This can make the axolotl a good model to study the regeneration of tissues and organs, because they can regenerate entire limbs, parts of their brain, retina, and cardiomyocytes. The third reason is that due to the fact that the axolotls is an endangered species because of human intervention, contamination, and climate change, it cannot be found in its normal habitat. It's rather found in pet shops, aquariums, and in laboratories. In these ones, they are kept to be bred to be subject of study. Axolotls are a good subject of study because they are easy to maintain in laboratories and they are also easy to breed in those conditions. And they give a high number of offspring. And finally, all of these investigations can have a kind of biomedical research. What is this? Well, a biomedical research is the study of biology and medicine with the aim of developing new therapies, diagnostics, and techniques to improve animal and human health.
Results. The results show that Ambystoma mexicanum is an endangered vertebrate that can live for 15 years old. And his embryonic stage has a duration of 18 to 12 days, and his sexual maturity begins at the 8 to 12 months of being living. And through its life, they can regenerate limbs, organ vitals and not vital, and it has been so currently complete knowledge of his genetic sequence. And due to its characteristics, it is not a useful model for some pathologies that affect the human body or the human being. But thanks to that characteristic, it is a very useful model for the musculoskeletal physiology and cardiovascular physiology. The discussion results that the axolotl is a very good contribution to the medical field, and specifically on the field of cardiac development, thanks to his capacity of myocardial recovery after a heart attack and its incredible ability to survive to a few days to a genetic mutation that creates or generates a second useless heart. That for the common vertebrates it means a death on his embryonic stage. For that reason, its understanding is key on the development of new medical technologies, but unfortunately for the situation that they are being now, that is the contamination or the body of water that they live, the introduction of invasive species, and the one of these ones for uses as food, had caused that now to can have a good specimen to can be studied, we need to burn them or create them directly on laboratories.
And finally, our conclusion. Within investigations, we found some similarities confirming that the axolotl is by far the best model for regenerative medicine, since it presents tissue similarities with humans, neoteny, taxonomy diversity, adaptability, easy to maintain and reproduce, the ability to regenerate your whole life, and resistance to cancer. We are able to use all these benefits in other fields or disciplines of medicine, such as developmental malformations or tissue engineering. Nevertheless, we consider that the axolotl is still an unknown species in terms of knowing its full potential. However, as we continue to invest in its study and its preservation, in the following years we will have even more results than the actual ones. But in order to this happen, we as Mexicans must take action regarding its protection as a species, because it is currently considered an endangered animal.